What's going on YouTube? This is your boy the BW Trader, back again with another valuable video for you. So as you have already seen from the thumbnail, I managed to pass my phase 2 account. It's been crazy. It has been a crazy week. I know I've not uploaded a video for 3 weeks now because I had to take a week off. I took a week off for my psychology because I was minus 8% and I didn't want to find my emotions having the better of me, and I end up taking trades that I normally wouldn't take. So I took some time off, gave myself a breather, and then now I am back. I'm officially back. So as you can already see from this here, let me scroll so you can see that it's not a screenshot. You can see that this is the same account that I've been trading throughout this my Forex Funds challenge series on my YouTube channel. It is my phase 2 account, and I managed to hit my target. I was supposed to make 500 US dollars, which is 5% of the account, but I made 1,000, which is literally 10%. So I was able to take this account all the way from minus 8%, because on the previous video that I released about four weeks back, about 3 weeks back, if I'm being accurate, I was minus 5%. And the following week after releasing that video, I ended the week at minus 8%. Then I took a week off. This previous week, I was able to recover this account all the way from minus 8% to 10% in literally 1 day. How was I able to do that in a day? Because I caught a Nasdaq trade that was able to give me 17% overall in a day. Now let's go to the history so that I can show you the overall profit that I was able to make from Nasdaq on the 24th of February. So on the 24th of February, let's quickly go to 24th of February. Okay, you may see that I was able to make $1,755 in 1 day on the 24th of February. That is, you can also see with the history, the days on the history, it is written 24 February. These trades were executed at around the same time, and I was able to make 1,700, which is literally 17% of the account that I was given. And this is the trade that helped me to pass my phase 2 account. Now let's go into the setup that was able to give us the 17%. This is the setup. I basically was able to catch this impulsive move on Nasdaq to the upside, and there's some other trades that we were also able to catch. We were also able to catch this impulse to the downside, but this was on a personal account. We caught another impulse to the downside previously on the previous week, but this one was on the MYFOREXFUNDS phase 2 account, which is this one. So when you go to the history, now the overall history, I was able to make 1,582 in a month. We have been having a slow start to the year since January, as I've been trading this phase 2 account. It has been very slow. My setups were being invalidated, and as much as I had these losses, what I am proud of is that the losses are small and I am able to maximize on the full potentials of my winning trades. That is why you can see that here I'm losing 51, but when I win, I can win 387, I can win 982. So that is very important when you are a trader. You must master your risk to reward ratio. Your strategy should be prepared for the risk to reward ratio. Now let us get into the trade review on my trading view. So the next part of this video is going to be the trade review on my trading view, where I'm going to show you how I caught these trades and how I managed the trades to get maximize the profits. Without any further ado, let us get into the video. Recording. Okay. What's going on YouTube? Welcome to the second part of the video, which is basically and the second part, basically what is going to be happening is I'm going to be breaking down 3 trades that I caught on Nasdaq the past weeks, and then I'm going to be showing you with the trade management, my thought process as I was taking those trades. And then the second thing that is going to be happening, I'm going to be showing you the next process that you have to do, the next few steps that you have to follow after you are done passing your phase 2 account with MYFOREXFUNDS. Basically, when you do the phase 1 and then you do the phase 2, after you pass the phase 2 challenge account, you are given the live funded account with MYFOREXFUNDS. So I'll show you what you have to do to get that live account, and then after getting the live account, I'll also show you the steps that you have to do to get the live account enabled. Because basically what happens is they give you the account when it is on read mode. So there are some steps that you have to follow for them to take that account off of the read mode, which is basically the KYC process. The third and the last thing that I'm going to be showing you is basically going to be how to get your phase 1 bonus. How I managed to get my phase 1 bonus after passing phase 2. So without any further ado, let's get into the 3 Nasdaq trades that I caught the previous weeks. Okay, so basically before I show you my trades and how I trade on the forex market, I have to first explain a little bit, not necessarily in depth, but a little bit to give you the idea of how I approach the forex market. So what I see is this: what I trade, my trading strategy is basically based off of 2 very, very important things. Firstly, chart patterns, and then the last third thing, I think chart patterns fall within market nature, which is the market on an impulsive phase or is it on a corrective phase? And then whenever the market is on a corrective phase, what comes to my head is, what is that correction forming? What pattern is that correction forming? Is it forming a continuation chart pattern, or is it forming a reversal chart pattern? So basically I trade based off of chart patterns and daily highs and daily lows. If you do not want to call them daily highs and daily lows, I prefer calling them inflection points. So inflection points are basically points in the market where price has previously found momentum to push to the upside or to the downside. So if the market comes here and then finds a lot of momentum to push higher, then this for me is an important area in the market. It's an important price area in the market, because the market basically found inflection at around this level. The market found momentum. So that is what I call an inflection point. And then what is good about using inflection points instead of support and resistance is to identify, or to rather to identify them easily, you use ray lines instead of using a rectangle, which shows you a whole area, a zone, instead of a simple line. And then the other thing is you evolve with the market. This thing using inflection points helps you to evolve with the markets. This is what I mean. This is the previous inflection point. It is invalidated here. You evolve. Okay, this is the next inflection. This is the next inflection, and this is the one that is currently being respected. Now, you do not trade when you are trying to use inflection points, or the way I use inflection points, I do not trade it like I'm using support and resistance. Basically, what I mean is, I don't necessarily say, okay, this is an inflection point, and when the market approaches this, I'm looking for sales. I'm not trading based off of that. I do not choose my bias looking at inflection points, but rather I choose, my bias is heavily based on the kind of correction I am getting from the market price. Basically, what I mean is, if the market breaks this level and it gives me a correction as it moves towards this previous inflection point, I will use this chart pattern is what dictates to me what the bias of the market is. It is the one that makes me believe the market is going to be going to the downside. So I basically trade based off of this. I use inflection points as my to identify my profit target and my stop loss levels, and I just trade based off impulse correction. If we're in a corrective manner, I wait to identify the type of structure we are getting from the correction, and then I am able to anticipate the next impulsive move. And then one other thing that you need to learn, that you need to know about impulse and corrections, whenever a correction is counter trend to the impulse, when the impulse is to the downside and the correction is to the upside, or it is sideways, it means the market is forming a continuation pattern. And whenever you get an impulsive move to the upside, you correct to the downside, it means we are potentially going to impulse again to the upside. Whenever the market gives you an impulse and it corrects to the downside, whether it gives you a bear flag, whether it corrects to the downside with a descending, or it gives you a pennant, whatever you want to call it, as long as the correction is to the downside, then you can anticipate that this is a reversal type nature. And when the market impulses to the upside, corrects to the upside, it is potentially going to impulse back to the downside. So basically, that is what I wanted to show you. That is the basic concepts that you need to know before you even begin to understand pattern separation and the name of these patterns that are the bear flags, your bull flags, your pennants. You just need to know this core concept. And then there's one other thing that I feel like I need to address when it comes to the way people are trading NAS 100, because basically I decided to focus only on Nasdaq. when you're trading Nasdaq, I've seen people say, okay, the most profitable setups on Nasdaq is just M's and W's. One other thing that these people are not telling you is, yes, you may trade M's and W's, but you do not just enter on a setup because you think it's going to form an M, or you think it's going to form a W at a previous support level, or a resistance level, or whatever horizontal levels you are using, whether it's supply and demand or is an order block. You don't just enter based off of that. You have to wait for the nature of the market. What is the market telling you? The best way to trade M's and W's, or rather sometimes you can call them double bottoms and double tops, because they're basically called that. What you can use is this simple thing. Whenever the market gives you an impulsive move and it then impulses to the opposite direction, the best way to trade this W's is if the market then corrects to the downside. It then corrects to the downside. That gives you more confluence that the market is most likely going to push back with an impulsive move back to the upside, because it would have given you at this area an impulse correction to the downside. Therefore, you anticipate a continuation chart pattern. That is how you best trade W's. And the best way to trade M's is to do the exact same thing. Let me go a little bit to the downside. You do the exact same thing. If the market gives you an impulsive move, it impulses back and then it corrects like that. It gives you confluence that the market would most likely continue to the downside. It will give you that as your double top and your double bottom formation. So that is the best way to trade this kind of setups. You do not just enter because you think the market is going to give you an M, or you think the market is going to give you a W. Now, one other thing, an advanced way of looking at it, when you graduate more into looking at chart patterns and understanding more about market structure and price action, is most of the time the market maker would want to frustrate you. So if you are just thinking, okay, it's M's and W's, I'm just going to be trading the letters of the alphabet, what happens is this: the market comes, gives you that, and then corrects. Yes, it affirms. But because you are married, you have become married to this level, you think it's a previous it's a support level, so it must hold, because you want to trade it based off of a W. You think it's a W. The market will break this level, and it is still on a descending structure. It is still forming more of a bull flag, and then it breaks. It gives you that. You think it's a break and retest to the downside, because you're thinking this is a previous support, so now it has 10 resistance, and then the market trickles and then impulses back to the upside. That is what the market tends to do. So you have to, instead of just jumping in thinking, okay, it's forming a potential M, or it's forming a potential W, or you're thinking it is a break of a previous support, which means it has now turned to resistance. Instead of trading based of that, you have to read more. There is more within that structure. Read within the lines of price action. Read more into price action to understand exactly what the market is telling you. Instead of imposing this horizontal levels into the market, evolve with the market, evolve with the chart. At times, the market will break a previous support, and then it gets you on the wrong side of the market. It takes you out, and then it gives us another opportunity to take the impulsive move. That is why majority of the time I would be involved in a trade to the upside, yet a majority of the traders would find themselves involved on this because they think it's a break and retest, only for them to be taken out. Wait for the market to give you a bias. Read more. There's a lot more to learn. There's a lot more to learn about price action. It is not just basic support and resistance. So if you want me to dive in deep on my strategy or my trading strategy, you can comment down below and I'll do that on my next video. Okay, without any further ado, let's start with the first trade and how I caught it. So basically, this is the trade that I want to talk about. Let me show you the price structure and the price action as the market approached that level. So basically, I trade off of the same theory that I just explained. It's an impulsive move. We get a correction. Therefore, our anticipation is for the next impulse to be to the upside. So your aim should always be, you want to be involved on the impulsive move, the impulsive phase. So you wait for the market to correct. You do not have to involve yourself within this correction. Yes, there are some chart patterns that you could potentially trade, but you do not necessarily have to be involved on the markets here. So what happens is the market closes below on the 1 hour. I'm sorry about the chickens. I'm basically in a chicken farm, so I'm sorry about the sound quality and the chicken background noise. The market closes below on the 1 hour. It confirms that this correction is now over because the market has basically invalidated the correction. We are getting into the next impulsive phase. So you go in 1 to 4x to 1 ratio, and the market just plummets to the downside. Why is it that the market pushes so fast? It doesn't give you a lot of retest. It's because you're on the impulsive phase. The impulsive phase is basically an area. It's basically a time in the market where price is moving with a clear direction. It is showing you big candlesticks to that direction. So it is not corrective. It moves clearly. A correction is when the market, you cannot clearly say the market is going up or is going down. It keeps on going up, it comes back down, goes down, comes up, goes down. That is a correction. An impulse is a clear momentous move to the downside like that. Okay, so that is our first trade. Our third trade, how did I catch that? If you want me to explain a little bit more, you'd have to get a comment down below so I can do a clear video of my strategy. Okay, and then this here is our sell setup that I also got, but this one I caught it on the 15-minute chart. So let's go to the 15-minute chart. Let's go to the 15-minute chart so that I can clearly explain to you what happened here. Okay, so let me remove this one that I just put in because it's not necessary. Okay, so this here is the trade that I'm talking about. There is your entry, and there is where we were taken out of our trade. Basically on a 1 to 5 ratio. Why did I take this trade? I understood that we are on overall this structure. When you go to the 1 hour, you would see it much clearer, but it's basically an impulsive move. The market gives you this, and then it gives you an impulse to the upside with a correction to the upside. So that confirms with me that, okay, as long as overall we are on an ascending structure, we're expecting sales, and then inside this ascending structure, it gives you confluence by giving you an impulse to the upside and a correction to the upside. So basically at the break of that correction, that is where I managed to catch a few pips, put my stop loss to break even, and then basically let the market run. That is where we closed here. Once we put our stop loss around this level, the market then pulled back to take us out. So that is another trade, a 1 to 5 ratio. Very, very clear trade. And then what happened the following day on NAS 100? This is basically the trade that all these other trades, I took them on my personal account. This one here is one that I took on my phase 2 account on Monday. It was a very good trade. Impulse to the upside, correction to the upside, and impulsive move to the downside. Very, very simple. 1 to 8.3 ratio. But in actuality, it became like a 1 to 4 because my risk at first was something like that. Yes. So I was risking something like that, so it became a 1 to 4 ratio. And then when you're moving on, you want to see what we did on Friday. This is basically the trade that made me that helped me to pass my phase 2 account, because with this trade here I was able to take my account from minus 8%, minus 7% to plus 10% in basically one day. So this is the setup that I took. The market gave us this the following day. It was an impulsive move, a correction to the downside, and it is the same theory. The market basically moves in these three phases. It gives you an impulse, it corrects, it gives you the next impulse, and so on and so forth. It repeats the cycle. So basically the first thing when you look at a price chart, you have to identify is, are we on the impulse or are we on the correction? If you are in the correction, what is the nature of the correction? What is the chart pattern that I can get from the correction? And if the correction is showing you a continuation chart pattern, you anticipate that the next impulsive move will be with the continuation of the previous impulsive move. So that is basically what I saw here. I went down to the 5-minute chart. That is where I caught the first trade around there. Caught the second trade at the breakout. My stop loss was just below there. This became a 1 to 13. Yes, a 1 to 13.3%. I was able to bank 17% here on my Forex funds phase 2 account. Very, very fast. Was nothing big. Very good trade to have caught. Yeah, that is basically my trade review in a nutshell. This is the trade that made me held me to pass my Forex funds challenge. I closed at the top there because I didn't have a reason to keep on holding, because I had basically passed, so there was no reason for me to keep on holding. So now let us get into the next part of this video. The next part of this video is going to be about the things that you're supposed to do, the process that the steps to follow after you pass your phase 2 account. So you get an email, they'll tell you that congratulations on passing, you've passed your MyForex Funds phase 2 account. The process will start from there. You have to sign a document. You have to sign a contractor agreement. So I'll show you where to sign it. You can get the contractor form or the contractor document at on the Discord server. It is there under evaluation FAQ. So after getting that, you come here, you come on to DocuSign. On DocuSign, what you're basically going to do is you're going to sign up for the free trial, and then you're going to use DocuSign to sign for you're going to use DocuSign. Let me get in here so I show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get into DocuSign. I'm supposed to log in, not sign up. So you use that for sign up, but me, I'm going to be logging in because I already have an account. It's the free trial also. You basically use the free trial because you don't have to pay. You're going to use this DocuSign website once when you're signing your contract, so you won't need to use it over and over again. It's taking too long to. Okay, let me put my password. Okay, let me log in. So I will show you exactly what you're supposed to do when you're on DocuSign. You come to DocuSign, you download the document from the Discord server, you come to DocuSign, and then you upload it on DocuSign so that you're able to edit it. You fill the form, you even sign here. They'll show you DocuSign will make a little bit of a signature for you. And then you paste that on the section where you're supposed to sign on the contractor agreement. So this is what you do. You come here. I've completed one, so I can go to the one that I've completed. Let me show you. Yes, you see. So this is the form that I completed. Let me open it. This is the contractor form. I don't know if it will agree. So that you can also see it. So you use DocuSign. Okay, so basically this is it. You use DocuSign, you put those all that in there, your details in there, you do that, and then at the end there you sign. So this was, you can see, you say DocuSigned by Claude Supan, that is my name. So it has signed that for me. And then after that, you download your PDF, and then you come to your email. You send the PDF with your KYC documents. Your KYC documents, we're talking about your proof of identity and your proof of residence. The proof of identity is basically a picture of your ID card, your identity card, or you use a driver's license. And then for proof of residence, what you can use is, let me go to send. What you can use as proof of residence is you can use your utility bill, or you can use a bank statement, or an official document from a government body, government institution, whether you go to the police, whether you go to the debt register, and then you get your proof of residence. They can make that for you, and then you take a picture, you send it to MyForex Funds. You send to verification@myforexfunds.com. So when you are sending this, you're supposed to write that you want your your life funding account to be enabled, and you want them. Let me quickly look. Hey, this is where I'm supposed to show you. Okay, so you send, greetings, I hope this email finds you well. You send your name, your full name, your phase 2 account number, and that you want your life account to be upgraded. You have just upgraded your phase 2 account to life account, so you want your life account to be enabled. What I mean by the life account to be enabled is immediately after you close your trades and you get the email that you have passed your phase 2, you are now a life funded trader. What you can do is you go to the MyForex Funds website, you go to the account analyzer, and you upgrade the account to become a live account to the next step, right? You become a live funded trader. And then from that point onwards is you get the details for the live account, but you cannot trade on that account. It is on read only mode until you get verified. So you have to first send this. You send your affidavit there, that is my proof of residence, and then you send your proof of identity. you also send your contractor agreement form. Then after sending your contractor agreement form, they will reply you. The reply time has really improved with my Forex funds. The support has been getting back to me within 24 hours, so that has been good. After sending this, you get verified, and then you come here. Oh, I shouldn't have closed my emails, but that's fine. Then you come to my Forex funds, the website, you log in, and then you go to the account analyzer. The account analyzer is basically where you're going to see details about your account, how you have been doing, and then you come to upgrade. So you see where there is payout request here, there will be a section for upgrade. Immediately after you pass, there will be a section for upgrade, so you'll be able to upgrade your chart. You'll be able to upgrade this. Let me go back to my phase 2 account. You'll be able to upgrade this to a live account. So this is the details for my live account. In case you think I might have bought a new account, this is what happens. I was able to make that. I'll go to my trading history, realize that I was able to basically make 17% and 17.5% in one day on the 24th of February. That is when I passed my account. Overall, I was able to make 1097, which is basically 10%. The target was for me to make 5%, so I guess I've exceeded the target, and I was able to pass my my phase 2 challenge. Now the last step is going to be how to get your phase 1 bonus. So with my Forex funds, what we also have is you have the phase 1 bonus, the phase 2 bonus, and then you get your refund. So your phase 1 bonus is you basically get 2% of whatever amount of money you were asked to make. Basically, you get 2% of the target, the phase 1 target. So the phase 1 target is 8%, which is $800. So 800, you get 2% of $800, which is $16 after you pass phase 2. And then after you get 30 days, if you are in profit after 30 days of trading on your live account, then you also get the phase 2 bonus. The phase 2 bonus is 4% of the 500 that you were supposed to make on phase 2. Then also after the 30 days, you also get your refund, provided you get your refund and 75% of the profits that you would have made on that particular month on your live account. So without any further ado, what you have to do now to request your phase 1 bonus is you have to go to your email. You send an email to billing@myforexfunds.com. You give them your account number, your full name, your phase 2 account number, and you tell them that you are requesting your phase 1. You are requesting for your phase 1 withdrawal. You're requesting for a phase 1 bonus, and then they will get back to you within 24 hours. I got a reply within 30 minutes, and then they confirmed the next day, and my $16 was in my Bitcoin wallet literally a day after I sent them an email. It has been overall, we started off the year very, very slowly, as you have seen with episode 1 and episode 2 of the MYFOREX Funds Challenge series. Currently, the year is becoming a little bit, the market is starting to move, so we are starting to catch a little bit more trades. This was a setup also that I could have capitalized on, but I've decided that it's better for me to give the market some time to breathe while we are also undergoing the Russia-Ukraine crisis. So we have to take some time off from the markets just to watch price action take shape, and just give the market some time to play out. Wait for high probability setups, because literally at times like this, when there's a lot of volatility on the markets are at times slow, they become a little bit faster because of news. Today's NFP, we might see some movements also for the day, but because of this potential World War III, the markets have been a little bit skeptical. So you have to wait for high probability setup. So make sure that when you are taking a trade from now until this Russia-Ukraine crisis de-escalates, you take only high probability setups, because the market is going to be taking out a lot of traders during this time. It's going to be taking out a lot of traders. But if you're somebody who is familiar with mass psychology, or somebody who's familiar with pure price action, you should be able to be part of the 10% that are going to constantly be getting money from the markets. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Thank you for watching this long. Consider commenting if you like such content. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and for most importantly, hit that notification bell so that you get notified next time I drop with a notification.